Welcome to We Love Laugh Kiss, a monthly show dedicated to love by Rosette Designs Co, a wedding planning company in Singapore. We will discuss topics of relationship, marriage, and of course weddings. No topics are too taboo to discuss. Whether you are single, engaged, or married, you wouldn't want to miss our juicy conversation.
Hello everyone, welcome to our second episode of We Love Laugh Kiss. So with me now I have Melvin Lau
Hello, good to see you guys
from
here.
Multifolds and Profit Mel.
Yeah.
So the last time we talked, I think about 2 years ago for the first podcast. Now it's also another podcast,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad that we have a lot of changes, right, and for the better.
Time flies,
Yes.
really.
So a little introduction about Melvin. Melvin is a multi-talented individual who wears many hats and has established himself as the leader in the various industry. As the founder of Multifolds Photography for over 13 years, he has a wealth of experience and expertise in the field of photography. So in addition to this, Melvin is also now a real estate agent where he has been able to utilize his skills in leadership and value adding to his teams and clients. So this is a really good combination. With his mantra of always trying to value add to those around him, Melvin has built a reputation for himself as a reliable and trustworthy professional who goes above and beyond to ensure the satisfaction of his client and the success of his team. So thank you so much, Melvin, for helping us or maybe sharing with us about your new endeavor.
Thanks for having me, Helen. Thank you so much. After 2 years, wow, it's been a long change.
Yeah, COVID really changed us, right? That's why we all
Oh,
moved.
yeah, we moved. We moved quite a bit.
Yes. So let's talk about Multifold first. So do you want to share with the audience about your company?
Share what? Oh, okay.
Multifolds.
So Multifolds, it's a production team for weddings. We have a team of 5, including our videographer Rainer. So right now we focus mainly on weddings and pre-weddings as usual. And this year we are going for rebranding in around June. So we are very excited of what are the plans that we have. So the different kind of vibes that are going for, different kind of content and approach that we are actually trying to advertise this year June onwards.
Oh, yeah. You do you still have the studio in
yes.
that area?
You mean Collide in the Aljunied? Yes, we still have.
Oh, the
Yes.
unit.
Yes, we shifted to Aljunied.
Okay, yeah.
Time flies. So now it's Aljunied.
Yeah, our place last time, right?
Yes.
I've been to that place.
Yes.
Still have. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So now it's over there. Then we do a little bit of family shoots, but majority is still weddings and pre-weddings lah for me and my team.
So after being 13 years in this industry, what do you love about photography industry?
I think photography is always evolving. It's always changing and you need to adapt. So that is also one of the reasons why after 13 years, right, we need to adapt and change to the current trends and evolve what is the next 5 to 10 years, the kind of wedding trends. So that is the synergy that we have in our team. We brainstorm, we think what would be the next in thing for younger crowd and everything. And also the new channels. I mean, apart from Instagram, which has been here for almost a decade already, now there's even TikTok, Xiaohongshu,
Yes.
and we are actually diving into that to have a wider audience and a younger crowd lah. So it's quite exciting. I like the synergy. Always being very creative and doing something different. With my team.
So do you think there's a effect of COVID where now you are different in your branding, also in your directions as compared to before when you just doing photography by yourself? Now that you have a team, is COVID take precedence over what you've done now?
Yeah, definitely. I think what COVID taught me was that having a team is definitely stronger and better than being an individual. Okay, one example I can tell you is like, I can imagine myself, but I didn't get COVID during a wedding, but I had one of my team member who caught COVID 2 days before a wedding. And we had a reserve in our team. And one thing good about us in this team is I train my team to be quite similar in terms of the style. So clients do really trust the brand, like saying, oh, okay, so and so it's having COVID. Never mind, it's okay. Yes, we have the replacement straight away. So it really make the team stronger to have a peace of mind rather than being individual. Because yes, what if you get COVID? What if you have an accident, or what if something pops up or crops up with your family that you can't shoot for this wedding? At least you know there's in the backing there's the other team members that will be able to help you. So that taught me, there's one aspect that taught me during COVID lah. Yeah, that we have each other's back. Then apart from that also, I think managing people and managing finances is also one of the do you say crucial or one of the more, what's the better word to say it?
Essential, like it's.
I think you said the word precedence. Yeah, it became my top priority of managing people and managing my finances more than thinking of what is the creative side of things for me to shoot. Yeah, this is what I realized.
So does it mean that you evolve from being just one man show of a photographer now to manage a team, and with that actually you put on the head of a leader, right?
Yes. I would say so because I feel that in Multifolds, I mean, I'm here for 13 years. As a human, in our human body, we have shelf life, so we can't be shooting forever, right? So I have some brides tell me, it's a joke lah. I always tell my friends, they say that, oh, when will you retire? I say, oh, I'll retire when I shoot your daughter's wedding.
Oh.
Yeah, that's definitely a retire. Then you can imagine tea ceremony, then you become a mother drinking the tea, like, oh, okay, I'm really uncle already. So right now I'm trying to prep the brand to have a team of younger photographers, and also trying to groom the next leader and spearhead the creativeness. Because for me also, or what I realized in the industry, especially for wedding photographers, is they are not sustainable in a sense that they don't groom the younger team. They spend a lot of time still shooting during ends as much as possible just to get the revenue. But in terms of longevity and long-term foresight, they do not have the capacity and the time to groom the younger crowd or the younger photographers in the team. So that is also one of the reasons why I do see case study where photography company, being like outdated or like scaling down or just giving it up totally. Because I think the common denominator is the bosses do not have enough time to really groom the photographers as well as setting a culture internally with the team. Yeah.
Okay, that's I think very important because wedding industry is not known for their longevity because of the individual
Right.
persons,
I also
right?
think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe a lot of people will understand. Okay, it's good to build team, but there is this fear of the bosses or the main person that if I teach my team, right, what if they run away? You have that problem. They maybe set up another company on
Yeah.
their own. Like, how do you manage that
I mean,
fear?
you need to think it differently now. I mean, okay, so for me, I got used to it. We do have people that left the company and started on their own, and I recognize that, and I think it's okay. I wish them all the best. But I have also seen it in a way that with or without you, with or without the photographer coming into the team, they will also start by their own. So it is either they come into Multifolds and learn, okay, and be stronger. And for me as a boss or as a leader to kind of inculcate the culture, or they can really start on their own, which I see some photographers are quite talented and they excel from there. Yeah, just that there are always pros and cons and compromises being alone and in the team. Team, you have more support. Okay, such as, for example, building a website. Building a website and you divisive by 5 people, then of course the cost is much lower and the brand will be much stronger because everyone is posting their works. Rather than an individual, then you have your own costing of your rental, your own insurances, your own website, email, domain, everything, all you pay by yourself. So it's really a pros and cons kind of thing. Of course, the more Chinese people say 团结是力量. Yeah, the more people that come in the team, the more that we exchange ideas and creativeness, I feel it's more beneficial than being alone.
Okay, I think that goes to the leader's mindset. I will say, right?
Oh,
This
yeah.
mindset, right? Because this fear of scarcity that if I teach somebody and somebody will become their own boss, then maybe compete with me. It's I think from what I see it, you accepted that might happen, and then that free you up from actually building a team and then creating a culture that makes people want to stay
Yeah.
this industry with you.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
think that's a
it's
really
a learning lesson.
Yeah.
Every time when a person left, I do reflect and understand the reason why they left, so that I will not make the same mistake again. And of course, try to inculcate a stronger culture and even a stronger protection, or you can call it, or like benefits for the company to my staff or to my team. Yeah.
just thinking out loud, is there any point in your career, right, when 13 years, that you change from just shooting, being a individual, to this mindset of wanting to create a team? And at which point do you remember on what triggers you to actually grow to another level?
Sure, of course, 2015.
Oh. What happened in 2015?
Yes, such a breakthrough, because for me, I thought that being an individual photographer back then, so in 2005 I was probably about my 3rd year or 4th year already in Multifolds, and I come to a point where I was let me just backtrack. So what was my schedule like? Is like weekends go and shoot, Tuesday and Thursday most likely got pre-wedding shoot, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is either meeting clients or just editing the photos non-stop. I have no life. I literally just work 7 days a week. To the extent that I was actually opening Lightroom. One day I opened Lightroom with my couple's pre-wedding photos. and I do quite depression. I have no idea what's the word called, but it's just very, I feel like I want to give up because I have so much backlogs and I feel that I'm going nowhere and there's no purpose. So I literally just paste a preset or copy a preset and just paste the whole entire pre-wedding album with the same presets without even editing and just wanting to just export the photos and pass it to clients. And that's when I realized that, okay, Melvin, this got to stop. Initially, your mindset was not to have external help because you want to be full control over your editing, your whole experience and process. But now you have come a point in time where you feel burnout and you are not giving your best to your couples and your clients, and it's not fair. It's not fair for them. So then that's when I like, okay, I need to change my mindset and have a team. Starting with an editor, or I can call her intern first. Then I groom her, teach her how to edit, then become an editor, then soon after a photographer. So from then onwards, that was the breaking point, or that was the eureka point that, okay, I think having a team for the company, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's what also struck me and you,
Ah.
because in Rosette we also believe in a team. So we believe in just grooming our team so that we all have our own individual strength and it benefit the people that are working and benefit the couples that are working. They get the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I believe.
So, okay. So with that, do you think it helps you to transit to the next level as now you are with property strategist? So prop with Mel.
Yeah. Transit to real estate was actually due to COVID, which I didn't explain earlier because, okay, so I did mention that managing people and managing finances, right? So what happened during the circuit breaker was such a scary moment for all of us.
Yes.
We're so uncertain. We don't know what is in the future. We don't know whether is it closing 1 month, 2 months, eventually 3 months, right? Before the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And it was so uncertain in terms of Multifolds revenue and finances. And for the last 11 years back then during COVID, for the last 11 years, I keep focusing on shooting well and having creative works and never really looking at numbers. At the same time also, I never really look after myself to find a house for myself until COVID hits. Because my landlord actually wanted to up his rent. And during COVID, we cannot meet people, so it's so hard to find a house. There's no way you can even find room, find house and everything. You have just be stuck your own home. So that got me thinking, okay, first thing first, I need to know how to manage my finances. Like, that was a turning point for me where, I did not know that actually when I was at peak in Multifolds, which is about 2017, 2018, I could afford a house. No one taught me. Actually, no one even advised me, or like no one even like tell me, say, Melvin, how much you're earning now? Can I know? Oh, you're earning this amount and stuff. So actually, you do know that you can get a bank loan and get at least a 2-bedroom condo initially. I just rented for the last 8 years because I thought, I need to keep earning and saving the money just to buy a house at $1 million. But that's not the case. At least just 200K, you're able to get a decent house. So I have been renting my office and my office come home for the last 8+ years. So during COVID was the point, because when my landlord wanted to up the rent and the lease was ending, okay, I had 2 options. Okay, because of the whole circuit breaker thing and there's no revenue, I closed the office for a while. Okay, and after that just find a room to stay. So that eventually led to the decision, okay, you know what? Since the lease is up, quite blessed, I'm not going to continue the rent, and I do not know when the pandemic would end, and I would just give up the office space and just stay by myself alone. Okay, and everything work from home. Then, of course, you rent a small little room, okay, in a 4-room flat. Then that's where you realize that, wow, everything is so squeezy, and why am I doing this? And back then I'm 33 already. I think you start to find houses and stuff. So that intrigued me when I was looking at houses, to the extent that, okay, I decided to buy a condo. Yeah. So with that being said, as I was researching over my condominium, everything, and it really intrigued me with all the numbers and all the growth, the transformation, and I decided, okay, apart from photography, I want to be a real estate agent. COVID really, really taught me a lot, because I realized that I cannot rely so much on wedding photography for my revenue.
Okay.
Let's say if another pandemic hits, right, then we can't shoot anymore, and literally we're just home for the next 3 to 4 months without any revenue. Yeah.
And you also have friends that inspired you, and also friends that maybe intrigue you to it, right? Because you are with one of your clients actually in your company, is it currently?
No. But how do you know? Yes. Okay. You got me thinking. Cynthia, shout out to Cynthia from Cinderella Makeup. Okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think can say because she kind of tell everybody. So she was the one that really intrigued me to start to buy a house.
Oh, okay.
Because she told me her story that she actually bought a condo, okay, with her CPF, and after that, when the time is up, like after 3 months with the seller stamp duty is no more already, right? Everything, she sold at a profit of almost like 500,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that really intrigued me. Like, oh my goodness, 500,000. Then now, as a makeup artist, she is really enjoying it as a passion rather than purely a job. You get what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, that's very powerful actually.
Yes, that's very powerful because now she can even buy a freehold project, at D15 near the East Coast Park area there. And this makeup business of hers, it's more of like a passion thing. So that is also one of the reasons why in Multifolds, when I first started, it was due to passion. But subsequently, of course, for the last 11 years, it was a very business-oriented kind of way of moving forward, which leads me to burnout first thing first. And the thing is, it's not creative anymore because everything that I do is for the sake of money, for the sake of earning my next meal.
Because that is your main income, right?
Yes.
And passion become your source of income. That's where the complication comes.
It is. That's where you feel burnout. You feel that there's no purpose. You feel that this wedding probably is not the wedding that you want to shoot, but you have to because it's part of your job that you need to do that. And that really changed my mindset to find another industry that sufficiently can feed me for income and having Multifolds as my real passion.
Okay. Is that why you differ from others that maybe they find another industry and then move totally, but you keep both? That is the unique part of you. You actually keep both, and it somehow works well.
Okay, yeah, I think if you say works well, it's constantly evolving. Constantly, I'm still learning. But I am also a kiasu person, ma. I want a lot of things, Yeah, I mean, but then that being said, I know my limits, and I also know that I have to set boundaries and bandwidths of my focus on each of my company.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
talking about both companies, right? How do you balance these two passions of yours, the new one, photography and property?
Yeah, so I think to set the record straight, for property wise, although I'm very intrigued and love to read up on all the transformation and all the nearby pricing and everything, but from the start when I enter property, I know that this is a job. There'll be a bit of passion, definitely, but I do know that this is for me and for my retirement. And same goes with buying my own condominium property. It's more like an investment property where I can retire earlier, you can say that, or rather retire easily with more money. So if you ask me which is really my passion, industry and job, it's photography.
No.
It's photography. So I would allocate like 20% of my time in photography because now I groom the team. So I have Sharon, Wilson, Euclid, Xiaoyong, and Chris inside them. And what I do down there is, as a leader, I advise them what will be the next steps, and they run the whole show. Okay. Occasionally, I will do shoots, but actually this year I'm not doing any more actual day lah. I already stopped in the waiting list. But for pre-wedding, I still like to do because it's really my passion. And it really spurs me why, Sharon asked me, you want to cap the wedding? Or like, oh, okay, so Melvin, you want to cap the wedding, and you want to do pre-wed lah. So she didn't ask why, but I do know that she like wonder why. Why you do that?
Sharon is, for the record,
Sharon is my business development manager.
Okay.
So she runs the whole social media campaign, liaising with you, and the other wedding vendors and stuff. But of course, I need to kind of give them a 交代 or like a
understanding.
the word understanding. I don't know what's the proper word to say that. So for me, I tell them that, okay, setting the record straight, I want photography to be a passion project. And it's very unfair for my couples, okay, that they engage me, but when I go to their wedding, I don't feel it. And it's so you really go to the wedding just because you just want to go with the whole flow of earning the money. And whatever you shoot and whatever you do, it's all because of it as a job.
Yeah.
But I have short weddings where I was so dedicated, I was so passionate about, and it works wonders when in terms of the photos coming out and in terms of the creative imagination and what's coming out from there also. So that's why I say that, Sharon, I want to be fair with my couples and clients. So I really want to cut back this year so that I can focus it as a passion project. Because photography ultimately is a creative industry. It's not really a job.
Yeah, I think that's a good direction. Win-win for you both, right?
Yes.
So what lesson did you learn in growing a photography business that you can bring to property?
I feel that for wedding photography or wedding itself and property, both are, I won't say big. Okay, property is big purchase, in your life, and wedding is one of the biggest event in your life. You don't get married twice or three times, right? Okay, like maybe
Yeah.
trending now, got change. Yeah, divorce and that. But anyway, it's going to be your most important day of your life. So when I meet my clients in terms of wedding photography, I do know that they can be emotional. The decisions that they make is emotional. Okay, so I'm there to understand them better and help them go through the wedding process easier. Same goes with property. Property is your biggest purchase of your life. Of course, when you buy the house, you want to feel good, and it's also I would say logically speaking, there is also a bit of budget and everything, but majority will be an emotional purchase because you want to create memories. You want this house to have a family, or bring your parents over. So both are quite similar in handling and helping my clients. That is one of the traits. That's why I started doing property also.
Okay.
Yeah.
And some of your clients in property is also your client in your previous client.
Yes.
What is their first comment when they know, hey, you're also doing property? What is
their first comment?
I
Oh
think
yeah,
like-
hey, why you doing property lor?
Yeah.
Just about that lah.
Oh, just like that,
Yeah.
they are not like us. They're not surprised by doing property.
Oh, yeah, they do ask. So I think earlier we mentioned already, I told them about the COVID and I bought my first property and such lah. But I do have hearsay, saying that, is Melvin able to handle both businesses? Wow, one is handling a team of 5, it takes a lot of work, and another one is a property. And would he, if I engage Melvin, would he have time to help me to market my property or even like find a property for me since he has a business himself? So I do hear that, and that is also one of the reasons why earlier this year I addressed that I'm cutting down on my weddings. And as a position in Multifolds, I'm now here as an advisor or a leader. So I will curate their works and I will set direction, set goals, and tell them that what really works for them and what really don't work, based on my experience for the last 13 years. So not so hands-on in terms of shooting couples and editing photos anymore. But then occasionally, every once a month, if I can, we will have like meetings with the whole team, and also a bi-weekly teams meeting with Sharon and such also. Yeah.
Okay. So to handle a business that's run by itself right now, practically they're probably running by itself because
Yeah, very blessed.
you are 20% there.
Yeah.
Who is currently leading the team, or how do you actually groom the leader to take ownership of this whole Multifolds?
I think now we have a core team in terms of, I won't say they are leaders yet, but we have me, Sharon, and Wilson fronting the whole Multifolds team. So not saying that now Sharon and Wilson will be spearheading much of the dynamics of the team, but 3 of us occasionally would chit chat, find what's the next direction, the next marketing strategy, for the team. And sooner or later, once Wilson get a good hold and good footing of like the team dynamics and how is my thought process like and everything, then probably maybe there'll be a good time and good chance that I might leave it to him and Sharon. Yeah.
Okay.
And Sharon can able to handle the marketing side, while Wilson can handle the creative side. It's really leveraging or knowing and spotting their talents.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Melvin, thank you for sharing. But just curious, were you surprised that you take this step, like your life goes this direction?
Yeah, of course. Things happen, right? So, I mean, we were also very surprised that COVID hit, and COVID hit so badly to the world. So, if you ask me like 5 years ago, the Melvin, whether he take property license and become a property agent, he will be like, huh? What's such thing? But
Yeah.
I would say I'm quite surprised by the world events and what shaped me and my mindset till now. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a good way.
So, just thinking, does it also your mindset contributed, your open mindset contributed to these different directions? Because maybe a lot of people will have this chance of maybe opening up. For myself, Winston, my husband, also found about property. And he became interested in property during COVID. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of property guru nowadays, right?
Yes.
And then he got intrigued, and that's why we also moved from public housing to private. Yeah, I
good
think
choice, good choice.
yes, good choice. And initially, we also never thought that we could afford condo, meh?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's a really, really good mindset change. And when you open, right, the opportunity just come in.
Correct. So what I think boils down to, in summary, for this, right, is fear. FEAR. Because I feel that back then in 5 years ago, I feel that I cannot buy this property. That's why I shrug it off and don't even want to understand further. So probably maybe for you, so it's the feel like, like I only can stay HDB, I don't know I can afford this, so I never think so much. But during COVID, maybe we're also free at home doing nothing. And that's when you like calculate like, I am eligible, So I think knowledge is power, definitely. Always keep learning. That's why I went into property and learned some more and want to educate, including our photographers. Because we do have a lot of young photographers. I feel that they're earning quite a fair bit based on what I see. They always got wedding, the weekend. But they may have my mindset that, Melvin, or I cannot afford a condo, or maybe I just want to wait till 35 to buy HDB. This is where I come in a real case scenario to really try my best to kind of educate them that after I do a calculation, if you can really enter the property market, just enter as early as possible. Don't wait. Yeah.
I think that's also a really good foothold for you because you understand the industry. You've been there.
Yes.
You've been in their shoe.
Yes.
And now you see, hey, there is a possibility. Yeah,
Yes.
I think I'm so glad that you took that courage, because not easy to tell the world, hey, actually I am so-called sidelining, right, to this.
Yep.
And then I still have multifold. But based on your experience with this couple actually happy for you. Yeah, the wedding couple actually happy for it. And also because Multifold is fronting by Wilson and Wilson is doing a great job. So I think maybe if you want to share your last takeaway, right, for people who are been in this industry, who are maybe been in the photography for a few years and then they feel stuck and they probably wondering like you, been there, like I'm so overwhelmed. What is your
I think, again,
advice?
if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel burnout, and you feel like there's no more purpose in this business, this is a good time where you need to reevaluate your options, and also where would you want to evolve as a person rather than in a company. I mean, the company will grow, okay, if you really put effort, but that's when you need to internalize and think like, okay, let's say for me let's say, okay, Melvin, what is my purpose in life? What should I do? By when should I retire? Does shooting still spark joy? If it does not spark joy anymore, why? Okay, is it because of the money? Then if you say yes, if you do a mind map, if you say yes, then you say, is it because you not enough money? Then you say probably. Then that's when you realize that, okay, I need to bring my photography back into a passion project, and for me, I do a sideline. Or you evolve the whole company, okay, you shoot lesser, but you train more of your team, okay, let your team shoot more, and you can be, as a director, you can be more selective on the weddings that you feel exclusive or deserving to shoot. Yeah, instead of like having every weekend being burnout.
Yes.
and not having a life when you're still young.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's really good advice. And we are all in this industry of weddings, right? When we can call it a passion industry, where we do things because of our passion. Maybe we move from other industry to to this industry. But for Melvin, it's different because he moved from photography to property, and he still keep the passion because he loves photography, and property is financial based.
Yeah.
So you get a win of both. I will say both.
Yeah.
So one last word, Melvin, for our audience that maybe you want to share, or where you think a prop with Mel will go.
So just to put a summary of why I haven't put on Instagram why I call it prop with Mel, but it's actually revolves the same with multifolds. So when couple ask me, Melvin, why you call it multifolds, right? We know multiple folds. So in the Bible verse, multiple folds is you reap what you sow. So like, for example, I have a lot of cases where the kids, had a tea ceremony with the mom. They do a family shoot after the tea ceremony, but then after that, the mom really passed away. So that photo that's supposed to be very ordinary, right? Just a tea ceremony photo, right? It multiply in many folds because it became a memory that, my mom was here to do my 敬茶 and everything. So same goes with prop with Mel, because prop is property, but prop is also like, with me, Melvin will prop you up. So in terms of financial goals, in terms of having a bigger dream house and everything, I will help you, and we can multiply in many, many folds or so. So these two works hand in hand, where I'm here to really help you or help each other to grow bigger lah. Yeah. So that is my biggest takeaway, and to me now, for the last 2 years, my mantra is knowledge is power. The more you know, the more people will feel confident with you, and you also feel very confident with yourself on what you're doing.
Yes, I think also openness is a key, right? Authentic and openness, because sharing, like now we are sharing with our audience, and then it opens up certain things.
Yeah.
So that's a second episode of We Love Kiss with Melvin Lau. Thank you so much, Melvin, for sharing all your heart and also all the nuggets of wisdom that you accomplished for 13 years. So next month, we also have another guest that comes with us to talk about the transition and talk about wedding industry. This season is about wedding industry. So thank you so much, and I see you in the next episode. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.